Hey, so you're here because you're thinking about getting the Corsair Galleon 100 SD. I'm not going to waste your time. We're going to kind of speed run this, but at the same time, I want to break down all the tech specs for people who do genuinely care about it, and then I want to get into my thoughts and opinions because I've actually been using this keyboard for the last month, prior to it even being announced at CES, and that's something I'm very proud of as an Elgato partner and somebody who's worked with Corsair in the past. It's great to be given opportunities like this, but my job in this video is not to sell you on the product, and the reason why is quite simple. That's the price tag. This isn't something that is catered towards the average user, somebody who doesn't already care about keyboards, somebody who doesn't care about Stream Decks and integration and productivity. This is for the person who wants to be on the cutting edge of technology going forward, because the Galleon 100 SD is something that people have asked for such a long time, and it's finally here. But then the reality is it is expensive because there is nothing else like it on the market. This is the only keyboard in the world of its kind, and that does come with a price tag, but it also means that the people who've been asking for a Stream Deck integrated into a keyboard for years finally get their wish come true. So I got the tech specs here. I wasn't even going to try and memorize them. I'm going to read them off as somebody who isn't overly familiar with mechanical keyboards. Just started getting into them. We've got pre-lubed Corsair MLX pulse linear mechanical switches, gasket mounting, and 6 layers of dampening. One thing I will say is that the keys sound fantastic on these, and I'll show you that demo in a minute. It's got 8,000 Hz hyperpolling via Corsair Axon and flash tap SOCD handling to enable clearer directional movement. Yes, in case you didn't already gather, it's a full-size extended keyboard with 8 megabytes of onboard memory, and it's powered by a single USB-C cable, which you guys can see right here. That's the sheet I got. I did a little bit of research and I compared it to some of Corsair's other keyboards and things that they've made in the past, and this is a fantastic keyboard that can do gaming, but it can also do productivity. Does that mean it's bad compared to the gaming keyboards in any way, shape, or form? No. It just means that the people that genuinely care about getting that half a millisecond from the time that you press the key to go down to getting that reaction on screen, that is for the competitive players. This is a mix of both. It's something that you can enjoy using every single day for every single task, whether it's gaming, video editing, productivity. Honestly, even as somebody who has worked with Corsair, haven't always had the best experience with iCUE, so what they've done is they've actually implemented a Corsair web hub, so you don't need to download any software. You can open something up in your browser, do a bit of customization, and then you're good to go. You also have the Stream Deck, so that means you can integrate it with the Stream Deck app natively, not only to assign hotkeys, but multi-actions and everything else, and that's something we're going to talk about in a minute, because it doesn't just correspond to Twitch streaming or playing video games and adding in some hotkeys to quickly toggle things. That's a really cool feature, but that isn't all it's capable of, and that's something I'm really excited about because I'm the biggest Stream Deck nerd going. And now that it's integrated into a keyboard with the dials as well, it opens up a whole new world of functionality for people who genuinely care about that level of productivity and automation. So there we go, that's all the tech stuff. Now let me just share my personal experience with this keyboard and tell you whether or not I think it's actually worth the price tag. Like, just the keyboard alone is great, and it's something I want to show off to my friends and family and be like, hey, listen, look how cool this keyboard is. Look at the tippity-tappities when you tap it. It's something that you really take pride in when you're showing it off to other people. The sound dampening works really well. I've been recording with it. I've been live streaming with it. It's kind of awkward actually, because anytime I've had to try and shoot like a B-roll shot, because I've had it on my desk for so long, I'm not allowed to show it, so I've had to hide it anytime. I'm hoping people don't pick up on the sounds when I'm typing. You can't hear any of that come through recordings and live streams. So the sound dampening is great, the feel is great, texture is great, the armrest is actually super comfortable. This is the first armrest that I've actively wanted to keep on the keyboard because it is cushioned, but it's also firm. It's not something that puts you off, but again, you can just get rid of that if you don't want it. It's completely detachable and it's magnetic, so there's no screws, there's no fiddling around trying to unclip things, it just snaps straight into place. So as a keyboard, it's great. And just for a reference, I've been using the Drop KST M80 since it was given to me in collaboration with the launch of Doom the Dark Ages. And this is my favorite keyboard. I love this thing. The feel, the sound, the texture, it was great. This is a better experience. I've got a whole video on this if you're interested, but that's not why we're here today. I just want to give you a point of reference so you know what I'm comparing this to, having used this for the best part of a year. So keyboard, great. Let's talk about the Stream Deck. I'm going to try and talk about this impartially because I love the Stream Deck. I love automations and integrations with different software. I've said on numerous occasions, I cannot live and work now without a Stream Deck. But the question you're probably asking is it worth the price tag, having a Stream Deck integrated directly into the keyboard? And the honest answer, It depends. Is it going to change your world? Is it going to offer you anything that the Stream Deck Plus or the Stream Deck Neo even can't offer you in terms of functionality? The Stream Deck Neo doesn't have dials, and I think that is the one biggest selling point of this keyboard. The actual Stream Deck integration is great, but it's nothing we can't get for 80 quid from Elgato. The thing that makes it truly different and worth the price, in my opinion, is the dials, because the only way you would get the dial and the functionality of being able to use dial stacks and things like that is if you were to go and buy the Stream Deck Plus, at which point you're paying for a premium keyboard. Something close to this would be the K65 Plus. The Stream Deck Plus, without any docks like the XLR dock or the USB or anything like that, $199. So you put those together, you're looking at around about $350 to $400. So although this keyboard by itself is quite expensive, just to have them individually on your desk, you'd be looking at the same price, if not more. These dials can be used to adjust audio volumes in Premiere Pro and DaVinci. They can be used to adjust your brush size inside of Photoshop. The Stream Deck multi-actions can be used to automate emails, go live on Twitch, manage a Discord server. This isn't made for the person who wants to just have a couple of extra functionalities on their keyboard. It's there, but it's made for the people that would genuinely love and cherish something like this, who would use it every moment of every single day that they're sat at their desk. One complaint or question that I've seen come up a couple of times is the fact that the numpad has been removed entirely from the keyboard. Corsair have actually done a thing where they put in the numbers on the Stream Deck, and there's just enough buttons, it's got everything you need. You can use it as a calculator. Having those number buttons integrated into the keyboard without any need of a setup, it's there when you plug it in, that's great. But one thing I would change, the Stream Deck keys are the same Stream Deck keys that you get on a Stream Deck. That probably sounds quite intuitive to you, but here's what I would do. Elgato have recently released Stream Decks with scissor keys, so it feels less like the traditional Stream Deck and more like the kind of keys you would get on a MacBook Pro or a laptop. I think that if they implemented that switch design into these Stream Deck keys, that would make the whole experience of using the Stream Deck on this keyboard a lot better. When you're using the Stream Deck element of this keyboard, you have 4 sections which are controlled by the dials. These work pretty much the exact same way as the Stream Deck Plus, but you can hold down on one of the dials to be able to switch between one element or another. So that's pretty much everything that you need to know about the keyboard. I've spoken about my experience with it, the things that I like, the things that I would change. At this point in the video, I would normally give some critiques. I would suggest ways that Corsair could change some things up, different integrations and things like that. Maybe some faders integrated, and we could really use this thing as an all-in-one device to be able to control audio. Imagine an XLR input with the keyboard. I don't even know if that's possible. That'd be really cool. It's very strange because this is one of the first products that I want to critique, because I feel like there are different things they could do to improve it and everything else, but it's all, if you're looking at this just as an independent product rather than what the future iterations could be, ultimately this is a remarkable product, and I think that anybody who wants to have the cutting edge tech, anybody who wants to have the Stream Deck Plus and a professional, serious mechanical keyboard, whether it's for gaming, productivity, day-to-day stuff, whatever it is, if you want both of those things, this is for you. So with that said, I want to reiterate, my job is not necessarily to sell you on this product, as to tell you what I think you would get out of it if you were to go and purchase it. And if you want to, there's an affiliate link down below in the description. It helps support everything that we do here on the channel. Corsair, thank you so much for sending this out to me. This is going to take pride of place in my setup. And I'm actually going to be doing a live stream setting up all of my Stream Deck stuff again, which you are more than welcome to come and watch. It'll probably be happening at some point next week. And we can really get into the meat of what the Galleon 100 SD is capable of, as well as all the other integrations with Stream Deck. And if you missed the live stream, I'll have another video coming out at some point in the near future talking about how you can set this up for all of your gameplay, integrating it with games like Expedition 33, Cyberpunk, and so many more. I love you faces, and I'll catch you in the next one.